Are you struggling to come up with original content week in and week out? Start a podcast. Interview your ideal clients, let them talk about what they care about most, and never run out of content ideas again. Learn more at sweetfishmedia.com.
You're listening to B2B Growth, a daily podcast for B2B leaders. We've interviewed names you've probably heard before, like Gary Vaynerchuk and Simon Sinek, but you've probably never heard from the majority of our guests. That's because the bulk of our interviews aren't with professional speakers and authors. Most of our guests are in the trenches leading sales and marketing teams. They're implementing strategy. They're experimenting with tactics. They're building the fastest growing B2B companies in the world. My name is James Carberry. I'm the founder of Sweetfish Media, a podcast agency for B2B brands, and I'm also one of the co-hosts of this show. When we're not interviewing sales and marketing leaders, you'll hear stories from behind the scenes of our own business. We'll share the ups and downs of our journey as we attempt to take over the world. Just kidding. Well, maybe. Let's get into the show.
This is Andy Crestodina from Orbit Media, and I am your host for this episode of B2B Growth. I'm a content marketer, which means I write, and I love to write. The written word is so powerful, but I'm not kidding myself. There's a format for content that is way, way more powerful. This episode's about video. So, there's about 3 kinds of video when you break it down, and that question of, do you do video, are you doing video, or that thought, I should be doing video, really makes a lot more sense when you think about the types of videos and content and the purpose of each. This episode should bring some clarity to what types of video there are, how they work with visitors, what kind of outcomes they create. So let's take it from the top. There are videos that work for people that aren't even on your website yet, people that really have no intent, people that are just exploring. This is the first type, that's the social media video. They're for discovery and they're for engagement. The second type of video is for people that do have intent, but they just have information intent. They don't really need anyone's help right now. They're just looking for information. These are the content marketing videos. These videos can create discovery if they're found in YouTube. More often, they're embedded on websites, in the blog, or in the resource section, right there within the content. Their purpose is to educate, build trust, sometimes to entertain. The third type of video is basically the sales video. It's the conversion video. This is telling the story. This is explaining the brand, the beliefs, the values. It's all about trust. And it's designed to maximize the percentage of people who take action by talking to those that have actual commercial intent. So let's break down those 3 types of videos and find the key success factors for each, where to host, where to post, and how to get the most. So the first one, social media videos. This video is basically an advertisement for your content. There's social media videos that are just people showing stuff or, unboxing or having fun online. I'm talking about social media marketing, as in I have a goal. I have a marketing goal from this video. And the goal is basically to get the click. It's to get the visitor in social media to find us, to take an action, and to come to the website to get more of the content. So they're basically 1-minute commercials. Here's the key to the social media video, the captions. It's not really going to be a thumb stopper, as in stopping that visitor from scrolling down through their social stream, unless you give more information. So the talking head, that's lovely, but the sound isn't going to be on as they scroll past. So you need to give them the language, that more information in the video itself through captions. I use Camtasia for this. There's lots of tools for this. But the point is that they don't have to play the audio to get that sense from you for what you're promoting. And it's really just an introduction. This is who I am. This is what I made for you. This is why it's valuable, why you should click. Find the link in the post. Go check it out. I have found huge results by posting these little social media videos. It takes time, but maybe 10 times as much effort. But I'm not even exaggerating when I tell you that the results from these kinds of social posts are like 100 times the results. So I'll do that deal anytime. 10x the effort for 100x the results. I highly recommend making social media videos, especially like LinkedIn for the B2B marketer, to drive traffic to your most valuable content. You won't really know, though, if it was successful unless you add the Google Analytics tracking code, the UTM tracking code. So when you put 30 minutes of effort into a single social media post, definitely make sure to add the tracking code so that you can see in your campaign reports acquisition campaigns within Google Analytics to see how many visitors that click that link brought to your site, that video brought to your site, and then also you can see the conversions. How many newsletter subscribers signed up after finding you from social. Isn't that the best? People found you in social, but they subscribed to your newsletter, so you're not beholden to a social media network or fans or followers to keep in touch with that visitor. Killer marketing, highly recommended. The 1-minute commercial for your content with captions and a link with the tracking code, making you much more visible in social. Video format number 2, the content marketing video, the educational video. Now, if the first type was 1 minute, this type really should be as long as it needs to be to explain the topic. It might be much longer than 1 minute. It could be 4, 5, 10 minute, sometimes a 20-minute video will actually perform pretty well. I'm not saying that's ideal. I'm just saying that the length of this video should be really determined by the topic that you're covering, and that there isn't an ideal length for a YouTube video. There isn't real research that shows that a YouTube video, that there's strong correlation between a length and engagement. So big topics need more content, obviously. Now, I don't necessarily recommend making this just like a YouTube video. In fact, I think of the YouTube version of it as an alternate version. There should be a version of this on your website that maybe isn't even using the YouTube player. There's a problem now. When you embed the YouTube player on your blog and that beautiful version of you explaining this high-value post through video, when it's done playing, that visitor is going to get suggested videos, which in my case, SpongeBob. You do not want people watching SpongeBob SquarePants on your website, and unfortunately, that's what they're going to get if their suggested videos play and they've got kids who use that YouTube account. The suggested videos are going to be for whatever that visitor, that viewer tends to engage with on YouTube. It's personalized for them. So I really recommend upgrading the player. Sure, put it on YouTube. It's in YouTube. It can be discovered in YouTube. Lovely. But the version on your site, use a better player. Upgrade that player to like a Vimeo or a Vidler. Better yet, a platform like 23 or Wistia can actually have a call to action to subscribe to your newsletter right there in the player. Kind of brilliant. So that's the second type of video, the content marketing video. The key to getting better success on these is to make sure they get played, and to maximize the rate at which they're played, it's very helpful to make a custom thumbnail. That custom thumbnail is the picture you upload with the video that becomes the default view when they see it before they start playing it, and it can trigger the plays. So the custom thumbnail can have the headline of the video in the image, very powerful, and also the face. Custom thumbnails that have both a face and the headline in the image have a strong correlation with plays. Just go look at any famous YouTuber and you'll see that they do this all the time for a very good reason. Another pro tip, you don't have to make these every time, but go look at the articles on your site that are getting the most traction and put it on those. Put it on the highest traffic posts, put it on those. You don't have the budget maybe to make one of these for everything, so put them on the ones that get the most visibility. This brings us to the third type of video, which is the conversion video. This is the sales video. For these ones, you definitely don't want to go too long. Probably 2 to 4 minutes is a good length because it's the pitch, and nobody wants to be pitched to for half an hour. There's a few different types of these. One of them is the B2B service page can really be benefited by a testimonial video. The testimonial is powerful because the message has been upgraded to the best possible messenger, which is the audience themselves. It's a testimonial, right? It's social proof. And the format gets upgraded from text to video, which is the most powerful format. So it's the double upgrade of messenger and format. The testimonial video should go on your most popular, put these again on your most popular sales pages. If you're a B2B e-commerce site, putting videos on your top product pages can improve the conversion rate for those. And then the story for the business goes on the About page in an upgraded format known as just like the About video, the Passion video, the Purpose, the Story, the Origin video. This video lets the visitor believe that you're legit. It makes them excited to work with you. It builds trust. They can see why this company exists, what this company stands for, what you're for, what you're against. It's a key part to conversion. After you've attracted this visitor that came from social, landed on the site, signed up, came back weeks, months later, saw an article had a video, they're building trust. They remember you. They remembered you that day. They need your help. They go to the site. They're looking at the site. It's a very competitive space. They're clicking around. They land on the About page to see who these people are. And now they're seeing the video. Now you're human, you're personal, you're coming through, you're talking, and it's your tone of voice, it's your body language. It doesn't have to be super polished, but I do recommend being professional here. In fact, this is where it makes sense to invest. You don't need to make these videos very often. These videos get made maybe once every couple of years sometimes, and so it's worthwhile to hire a pro. And definitely for these, use the pro player. Please, no YouTube players in your about section or in your video testimonials. So that's the case for video marketing. That's the type of video, that's the purpose, that's where they're hosted, that's the length, that's the frequency at which they're made, that's the outcome. Videos for people just exploring and browsing through social. Videos for people that need your help, your information, your advice. And videos that build trust where you're making that pitch, which from a distance of miles, you are giving them a connection, making them feel like they know who you are. The social media video, the content marketing video, the conversion video. These are all powerful ways to upgrade your B2B marketing. So everybody does it, right? Nope. According to 23's State of Video Marketing study, 32% of marketers invest between 0 and 5% of their resources in video. Sad? Maybe not. Maybe it's an opportunity. Maybe it's a competitive advantage for those of us that do turn on the camera and upgrade the format for their messages to the highest possible, most compelling type, which is motion. Again, Andy from Orbit Media. I hope you found this useful. Leave a review in iTunes. We'd be grateful. Or just let a friend know that you found a good podcast. That would be a huge help to us. And until next time, wishing you much traffic and many conversions.
We totally get it. We publish a ton of content on this podcast, and it can be a lot to keep up with. That's why we've started the B2B Growth Big Three, a no-fluff email that boils down our 3 biggest takeaways from an entire week of episodes. Sign up today at sweetfishmedia.com/big3. That's sweetfishmedia.com/big3.